Hey everyone, welcome to today's CT Style Express. I'm Natasha Lubchenko. Life after incarceration can be a big adjustment, but with the right resources, our guest today says it's possible for people to thrive and rejoin their communities. Patrick Fallon is the Vice President of Community Justice Programs at The Connection. Patrick, thanks so much for joining us. You know, you say in pop culture right now, there are a lot of stories revolving around life after prison. Shows like Tulsa King and Kaleidoscope, which I've seen. What narrative do these shows tell, and what can we learn from them?
I think the shows put a spotlight on reentry services, period, which is important. They have different takes on it, but the fact that the spotlight's being put on reentry services is important.
So reentry services, what does this necessarily mean, and how do you offer these services at The Connection?
We offer an array of services, from halfway houses where people come out of prison, they get employed, we help them save money, we help them with their daily responsibilities, and basically put them in the best position to succeed when they leave our care. We have scattered housing sites, which are more independent living situations, and we have outpatient services where we're teaching people the skills they need to be successful. We have a whole array of services.
And now I think, you know, in these films and in real life, there are barriers to re-entering society. What are these barriers and how can they be avoided?
I think the biggest barrier is stigma. A lot of people face a stigma when they come out that they have a criminal record, that they're criminals for life. They'll always, commit crimes. People make mistakes based on their circumstances. Good people make bad decisions when they're put in a position to survive. So the stigma is the biggest thing. A lot of employers won't hire people because of a criminal record. Housing is almost impossible now because of a criminal record. So if you come out of jail or incarceration and you're not able to gain employment, you're not able to find an apartment, you're not even able to live with a family member who has an apartment, I mean, the deck is stacked pretty heavily against you, which is why the recidivism rates are what they are right now.
Right. Well, your programs, I'm sure, are helping people overcome these barriers. Something else I want to mention is you say that people who have been in prison have all been traumatized in one way or another. How do you incorporate knowing this into your approach after they exit?
Well, what happens is when they're on our programs, I train my staff that maybe lashing out or getting into a verbal altercation, or even just becoming silent, is a defense mechanism that these people learn to help them survive. Prison is, outside of war, is the most traumatizing place you can be. As soon as you walk in the door, you have these very invasive searches right off the bat. It's traumatizing. You go into a very tense, violent place where you have to be on guard 24 hours a day, every day until you leave. So of course you're traumatized. So what I try to do is make my staff understand that this is trauma-informed treatment. We need to meet people where they're at, not be punitive, have a conversation with people, and help them understand why they behave the way they do in certain circumstances, because it's a defense mechanism to help them survive.
Right. Well, that's great. And Patrick, I do want to mention, before we go, you are hiring for positions in your community justice program. Tell us quickly about those.
I'm hiring for everything from clinical therapist positions to residential aides. Right now, it's very hard to hire in the nonprofit sector. It's hard for us to be on par with the pay that, say, the state is giving. But if somebody really wants to come in who's excited about reentry and has a passion about it, come work for me, and we will ignite that passion and help you proceed with your career.
All right, Patrick Fallon from The Connection. Great work that you're doing. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, and you can, of course, visit theconnectioninc.org for more information. Thank you for watching today's CT Style Express. I'm Natasha Lubchenko. We will see you right back here tomorrow.